Hi everyone. Got quite a few really good questions regarding the how we save money and stock our pantry without using coupons, and I thought them worthy of sharing. So this is what we're doing tonight. Okay. The first question was for a new beginner to stocking pantry. What do you think is the most important first step for a family, and how long do you think a family should expect to take to get to a 6-month supply? The first step is any step, anything that you can do, whether it be toothpaste, toilet paper, or tuna. Doesn't matter, as long as you start. That's the key, okay? And that kind of goes in line with how long do you think it should take? I mean, how much of an effort are you willing to put forth for this? If this becomes your main focus to stock up a 6-month supply and you really concentrate on it and work on it, it still is going to be very dependent on the amount of money that you can spend, and the basically that, okay, the amount of money that you can spend over, in a shortened time period. So that's what you have to consider. I mean, if you can spend $1,000 in a month, then you're going to do it much faster than someone who can spend $50 a month, okay? So it really depends on you. You are the key factor there. And again, it really doesn't matter how you start, just start. Now, with that being said, one of the things you should know is you really should know what you like to eat. Don't buy stuff. If you don't like beans and rice, don't buy beans and rice, because it's a complete waste of money, okay? You want to buy stuff that you know that you like. And honestly, the less preservatives, the better, okay? But anything that you think will store. I mean, what do they say? Twinkies will last a lifetime. But, if you have young kids, then macaroni and cheese is probably something that, you want to keep on hand just in case. And macaroni and cheese can be very adaptable. At the very least, what you want to do is you want to store the macaroni and maybe some dehydrated milk and maybe some dehydrated cheese. And that way you've got extra in case of an emergency, okay? But if you eat tuna, if you like chicken, if you like a certain kind of soup or canned vegetables or whatever, whenever you go shopping, you just try to get a can or two extra, a jar or two extra, a box or two extra. And honestly, if you can tuck away $5 a week, that's $20 a month, okay? And it can be difficult. I mean, it can be difficult when you're on a fixed income, and then you also have to take a look at how you're going to store it. And when it comes to storing it, you're going to find any place that you can. You're going to put it in Rubbermaid totes. You're going to tuck it under the bed. You're going to tuck it into closets. You're going to make sure your cabinets in your kitchen are completely full. You're going to put it in the hidden doors of your entertainment center, okay? My buddy, Greenbush Frog, puts it behind his couch. So there are places to put it. Not everybody has room or space for a big, beautiful, Pinterest-worthy pantry. We don't. We converted the spare room into our pantry, and so now there's a bed surrounded by bookshelves. You do what you can with what you got. That's the key. But if you can only buy one extra can, buy that extra can. It's not like it's going to go to waste. You will use it, okay? So that's where you start. That's how you start. As for time, again, it's very, very dependent on each person, okay? As far as leftovers go, how do I manage leftovers? When I cook, and it's taken us a little while to get there, but when I cook, I don't cook for 6 when there's only 2 of us. Now, I do tend to cook for 3 because leftovers to me are a good thing. And when I was taking leftover dinner to work for lunch the next day, that was perfect because I like a warm lunch, especially when it's cold. Phil is now eating the extra portion if we have it, and he's using that for lunch. So that takes care of lunch for him, and he eats a decent healthy meal that way, for lunch, instead of grabbing a slice of pizza or making some kind of peanut butter sandwich, okay? And breakfast we're kind of on our own, like I said, but we manage the leftovers by using them. I detest wasting food. I really hate wasting food. So I think that's part of the thing that I miss the most about having pigs on the premises, is because they'll eat anything. Sans raw potatoes. Ours never did care for raw potatoes, but they'll eat anything. So I have absolutely zero waste that is food-like. Okay, but when they're not here, it hurts a little to have to throw that stuff out. I don't really have the room to store it indefinitely for them when they come back in the spring. But we have a couple of slop buckets that we just scrape plates into, or put the eggshells into, or whatever's going on. If it didn't turn out quite right and we definitely don't want to finish it, the pigs get it. If it didn't turn out right and we're definitely not going to finish it, then it tends to hit the trash can when they're not here. But that's how we manage leftovers. If I can't can it, if it wasn't a success that I can, then we eat it. And sometimes when it is a success that we can, we eat it. But your goal should be to have very little, if any, leftovers, unless you're planning. See, now ours are planned. I plan a leftover so that it can be used for lunch. Best way to do it. I was also asked, how do you find the texture of canned ground beef? She was curious, and I love it. I have no issue with it whatsoever. Now, I brown my ground beef before I put it in the jars. Okay, so, but I don't cook it really, really well done. I cook it to about a medium. It's so to the point where it got brown, and that's about it. And then I put it in the jars. So it doesn't get dried out. It doesn't get, it keeps a really great texture and consistency. And when you're looking at using it for tacos or spaghetti or soups or, any number of other things that you would use ground beef for, I think it works wonderfully. It really does. And the ground sausage does the same thing. That you want to cook a little bit more because you want to try to get some of that grease off, but that has been just wonderful when I make those egg sausage cups. I use the canned ground sausage. It's already cooked. It's all ready. And I just put that in the muffin tin and then pour, egg over the top of it and whatever else. What a time saver that is. And again, the texture it's wonderful. It's just exactly the way that it's supposed to be, or the way that I think it's supposed to be. Okay? So those were two really, really great questions. Somebody else suggested to hide some extra money in the wallet. If you can build up just a few extra bucks in the wallet, that's there for that really great manager special. And manager specials, if you get an opportunity to catch those, whether it's for meat or anything else. I know the manager specials at the big grocery store here by us can be pretty good. I mean, if you get there, but you're getting there 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to get them. But they can be worth the effort of going and doing that. But it's a total crapshoot as to what you're going to find when you get there. So it's not something that you can necessarily count on or budget for. But like this person said, they had sockeye salmon for 88 cents a can, and they said, yes, please, I'll have 3 cases. So, I mean, if you've got $30 tucked away in your wallet for that really great special to stock up, in your pantry, then that's how you do it. It's wonderful. I've done that a few times when we run across sales that were unexpected, and I will be bent over with my butt up in the air in a chest freezer in a grocery store, grabbing every last thing that I can that's on sale, to make sure that we've got it in our freezer long term. I don't think we bought, I think they were like bratwurst sausage kind of things. I don't think we bought those for a couple of years after a really great sale that we found where they were going for $1. So you just, it works out best if you can have a little bit of cash tucked in to grab those manager specials. So those are absolutely wonderful. It takes time, and it's like just about anything else. It's dependent on you and your family and your needs and your situation. You're not going to do it by tomorrow, okay? You can make plans. I can tell you that I have made plans every single year on what I'm going to can for that season to get through that year, and before I am 2 days into it, I'm already changing those plans because I ran across a really great deal for something. It's got to be a very flexible living plan that allows you to work with it as you can when you can. And the freezer is a great tool. Freezer meals. Somebody mentioned freezer meals. Those are wonderful. I used to make up all kinds of little mini meatloafs, you know, and I would have those available to me anytime that I wanted them. So you can do meatloafs and different freezer meals. Go to Pinterest. Highly recommend Pinterest to find out different ideas so that you can stick stuff in a bag to have it ready to throw in a crock pot, you know, at the beginning of the day if you know it's going to be a crazy busy day. Or if it's going to be a crazy busy day, you can go in and pull something out of the freezer that just needs to be reheated. That kind of planning, that kind of precaution makes it so much easier to save a couple bucks and stay out of the fast food restaurants or the pizza places or, you know, wherever, because like I said, you're just not going to save money by going through those. The fun part about your pantry is that it's yours. It's unique and it's individual. And no two pantries are ever going to be the same. What I have in mine will not work in yours. I do get a giggle out of how many people identify with my toilet paper hoarding. Okay, but you know, not everybody's the same, and it's going to depend on how much space you have available. Now, I made sure that we had space for all that toilet paper, but you know, some people say that, you know, they've only got room for 100 rolls, or you know, they have, you know, they had this much, but you know, after seeing that video, they went and got more, or 4 rolls is good enough for them. 4 rolls is never good enough. Never. Go get 4 more, okay? And then when you're done getting those, go get 4 more. But that's how you have to look at it. You have to be proud of that one jar that you have sitting on the pantry, and you have to look at it and go, I'm going to get 10 more. And have that goal. Make that plan, because that is how you fill up your pantry. That is how it happens. And it's going to be very dependent on the money and the effort that you put toward it as to how long it takes. But it doesn't matter how long it takes as long as you're doing it. Okay? So it's going to be a short one tonight. I'm kind of in and I'm out. Well, not that short. Remember, we're down to the last couple days here to get those postcards in for the 23 quart Presto Pressure Canner. Okay? Those have to be postmarked by the 15th. It just so happens the 15th is on a Sunday, so you want to get those in on Saturday to make sure that they are postmarked the way that they need to be. I look forward to doing that drawing and being able to send that pressure canner off to its new home. So exciting, and I'm getting all the hints. I'm getting all the hints that everybody's leaving me that they really need a pressure canner. So I'm crossing my fingers for all of you. I wish I could send one to everyone. I really do, because I so believe in being able to do this. But who knows, maybe eventually we'll be able to do another giveaway. You never know. Everyone have a really great night. And please, if you like the videos, please like them. Please subscribe. Please share. We really do appreciate helping get the word out about us and helping to support this channel. And we will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye now.